Where do the ultra-wealthy really bank, and which countries do they go out of their way to avoid? Almost every wealthy individual steers clear of these 5 countries. We'll also discuss 5 countries where the wealthy are flocking and where everyone should consider opening accounts. Welcome back to the Liberty Mundo channel, where we help high-net-worth individuals protect their assets, secure multiple citizenships, and legally minimize taxes. Visit www.libertymundo.com and get in touch for personalized strategies. Some of the countries that the wealthy avoid might surprise you, while others are more predictable. Understanding not just where the ultra-rich stay away from, but also where they actually keep their money, can show you how to make smarter choices for your own financial security. Take Dominica, for example. While it's widely marketed as a Caribbean banking haven and is very accessible for newcomers, it offers only a handful of banks. Limited competition leads to basic, outdated banking services and less incentive to innovate or compete for your business. Wealthy clients come for the low barriers, but when faced with outdated technology and basic customer service, they almost always move their money somewhere else. For most, Dominica is only worth considering if you genuinely live there or have other strong local ties. And even then, smart depositors restrict their use to local transactions rather than using it as a place for serious wealth storage. Belize suffers from issues with correspondent banking relationships, making international transfers slow and unpredictable. Because opening an account is so easy, even $1,000 will do, banks there end up with less rigorous compliance and, as a result, more scrutiny from the outside world. This leads to greater risks of having accounts frozen or even closed, especially when global banking partners raise concerns. Belize has other benefits, such as asset protection trusts and real estate opportunities, but for actual banking, the rich know to go elsewhere and use other countries with stronger, more reliable options for their money. Then there's Vanuatu in the South Pacific, which seems remote because it is. The country's banking sector ranks low in stability and reliability, triggering instant red flags for financial institutions worldwide. Banking from a Vanuatu account often subjects you to added bank scrutiny wherever you go, delays, requests for more documents, and sometimes even restrictions on your other accounts. While the country has programs for citizenship and can handle local residents' banking needs, putting your wealth there is a risk few wealthy individuals are willing to take. Moving into Europe, Malta has European Union credentials and plenty of big-name institutions, but that's not the whole story. Institutions are there for tax treaties and regulatory benefits, not personal banking relationships. Even for those with Maltese residency, opening an account is an uphill battle. Bank staff are often disinterested in new clients, require exhaustive documentation, and even when you succeed, they're focused primarily on institutional business. For most individuals, even the wealthy, Malta is just too inaccessible. Georgia, in Eastern Europe, has made headlines as an up-and-coming option, especially for non-residents looking for easy account openings. Yet political instability and ongoing territorial disputes inject far too much uncertainty for anyone focused on wealth preservation. Georgian banks offer basic services and are perfectly usable for simple transactions. But when it comes to advanced private banking, investments, and customer service, they just don't measure up. For business, Georgia might make sense, but for storing wealth, the ultra-wealthy keep their money elsewhere. So, where do the truly wealthy choose to bank? Singapore stands at the top among Asian banking hubs. The country is fiscally conservative, and its banks offer state-of-the-art technology, multi-currency services, and customer care that's second to none. To become a premier client as a foreign non-resident, you'll need at least $200,000 to $500,000 as a deposit. Those living in the Asia-Pacific region, or with strong regional ties, will find Singapore accessible, while Westerners might face more scrutiny. For those who fit, though, Singapore is hard to beat. Switzerland keeps its legendary reputation alive, continuing to deliver uncompromising security, privacy, and sophistication. Private banks here require significant initial deposits, starting from $500,000 to $1 million or more. In return, clients get access to portfolio management, tax planning, and support for complex international finances. Multi-currency options and global investment access make it a favorite for those with international lives, proving that while the price of admission is high, the benefits are tangible. The United Arab Emirates has become a powerhouse for wealthy individuals from Asia, Africa, and Europe, offering world-class service at competitive prices. Most banks require in-person visits to open an account and tend to prefer larger deposits from non-residents. Local inheritance rules apply unless proper legal structures are put in place, so expertise is a must. The modern infrastructure and business-friendly climate make the UAE especially attractive to those who travel or do business in the region. UK Crown dependencies, Jersey, Guernsey, and the Isle of Man, combine British banking security with the flexibility of offshore jurisdictions. Accounts can be opened remotely, and deposits range from relatively modest sums for basic accounts to £250,000 for premium services. These jurisdictions are especially adept at serving clients who live internationally, offering multi-currency accounts and solutions tailored for expats and nomads. Finally, the United States might come as a surprise, but it has become extremely accessible and capable for non-resident banking. Foreigners can open accounts entirely remotely, even without a U.S. tax ID. Deposit requirements are much lower than classical private banks, often starting at just $25,000. And with $100,000 or more, a broad range of services opens up, including investments, credit, and even mortgages. For those who want remote onboarding and a depth of products, the U.S. stands out as a flexible and attractive option for the wealthy worldwide. The overall pattern is clear. The ultra-wealthy steer clear of places with few banks, weak global connections, and retail-level service pretending to be private banking. They want stability paired with sophistication, strong product offerings, and ideally the possibility to manage things remotely. To build your own international banking setup, look at your minimum deposit, whether you can or must go in person, and which banks are most accustomed to working with people from your region. If you want to reduce your taxes to single digits, make your assets impossible for anyone to touch, and gain more freedom with second citizenships, get in touch with Liberty Mundo and book a consultation call. We will help you develop a complete blueprint to organize your life to safeguard your wealth and your freedom. Follow the link in the description for more details. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.